Welcome to another edition of the Davidson Football Coach's Corner with Scott Abell, powered by Wade Associates. Coach, you returned from Morehead State 4-1, second year in a row we're 4-1 to start the year. The offense out there scored on its first 4 drives, powered by Wesley Duggar. You know, how important was it to get the ball rolling out there?
Yeah, I thought really our offense really executed extremely well. We hit them in a lot of different areas. Wes broke out on some big runs. Story had some incredibly physical runs early on that kind of set the tone for us. And Tyler, he really ran our spread option tack the way you expect a veteran quarterback to run it. And when you look around our offense now, there's a lot of guys making plays, right? Jalen Staples, Wesley Duggar, Eli Turner. You talk about Khalil Shaw, right? Hunter Lauthan. I keep naming names, and that's really what our identity is, right? Is getting a lot of people involved, right, and using all the different weapons we have. And I thought we really did that well Saturday. And if you really reflect on it, we scored on, our first offense had the 7 possessions, scored on 6 of them, and one, Tyler threw a pick. We were just taking a shot down the field, kind of late in the half. And so I'm really happy with our performance on that side of the football.
Another strong defensive effort in the first half from your guys. Who stood out to you in that first half?
Yeah, I mean, collectively as a group, they played extremely well. I think our linebacker corps really come into their own. When you look at our defense and the way we've grown this year, you can't overlook what George has done, right? What Tony's done, Jalen Jefferson, right? Jake, Alexander, they have just played extremely well. And Saturday was no different. Those guys were flying around making plays. The front has played extremely well, and our back half has gotten some interceptions. But that middle layer to our defense, sometimes gets overlooked. And I think they've been really the key to our progression.
Circling back to Duggar for a second, we were kind of waiting for this breakout game. We knew it was going to happen. What impressed you most about his performance on Saturday?
Well, I think he's got that ability to break the long one, right? And we saw that Saturday. Also saw just some great leadership out of him. Hey, I want the rock, let's go get it. And that's what you want to see as offense coordinator, right? That guy who wants that role and is communicating on the sideline with his teammates as far as, hey, what he's seeing when he's out there for the next man up that's going in. Him and Story are doing just a great job with all the young backfield and making sure they're prepared when their time comes.
We're through 5 games now. You've played 3 FCS opponents. Your defense remains in the top 5 in rushing and total defense and 11th in scoring defense. What's been the biggest factor in your success so far this year?
Well, you got to really give a ton of credit to our defensive staff. Coach Brilliant and company and the adjustments that they've made and the growth. We're not doing anything earth-shattering. It's the exact same defensive schematics that we took the field with last year, but our guys are a year older in the system, a year wiser, right? Certainly there's been some movement of personnel to make sure we got more athletes on the field, but that's what stands out to me, our athletic ability, the way we run on defense, and then the passion we play with.
All right, looking ahead, big one coming up this weekend, the Toreros of San Diego coming into town, 30-game win streak in the PFL. Michael Bandy, one of the best receivers in the country. Reed Sinnett's kind of taken over for Anthony Lawrence at that quarterback role, and he's done a great job so far this year. What can we expect to see from San Diego?
No, I think you're going to see San Diego, right? What everyone's come to know and respect in this league, right? They're balanced offensive attack, but they're really driven by their quarterback and their receiving core. What a fantastic job they've done with moving on from Lawrence, who had a stellar career, Bandy is one of the best in the country. Certainly we have our hands full. This will be our biggest test defensively we've seen all year. I'm excited to see how far we've grown there. And so, our guys will prepare this week as we prepare every week and be ready to compete. And I think it's a much different feel going into this game for our defense than it was last year this time. And so I know they're excited to show how better they've prepared and how far they've come since then.
Not to make more of this game than any other game, because every game's important in a 12-game schedule, but a lot of people have had this game circled for a long time now. We need as much support at Richardson this weekend, right?
Well, no doubt. So you really couldn't make much of this game until now, right? And I'm clear with our program, I'm clear with our staff, our players, that we don't talk about the next game. But here we are, we're 4-1. We started off Pioneer League play undefeated, and so did they. And so this turns into a big game, and that's what you hope for, right? You take care of the games that lead up to the big games, and we've done that, they've done that, and couldn't be more excited. And I think one of the keys that we are hoping for is that we get this great home boost, right? We've had great crowds here at Richardson Stadium all year. We want this to be the best. And so, all our fans out there listening, come out and support us this Saturday. Make the trip in. I know I've gotten emails and text messages from alumni all over the country that are buying plane tickets. Come be a part of this. It's going to be a great afternoon of college football.
Not only is it a big game for the 2019 Wildcats, 50 years ago, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Tangerine Bowl team from 1969. How cool is that you're kind of tying this game in with that?
Well, it's so special. When you talk about the history of our program, right, and the 69 team and what they were able to accomplish, and the Tangerine Bowl group and Coach Fag and company, and all those guys are going to be back here celebrating their successes, their careers, and we're just honored to be a part of that. And we're excited that the program's in a situation where they're excited to come back and watch us play, and in such a big game atmosphere. Right, and that's what you hope for, bringing the past together with the future, and you hope all parties can have that opportunity to enjoy it together.
Well, this weekend, the San Diego Toreros come to Richardson Stadium, 1 o'clock kick at Stephen B. Smith Field. We ask you all to come out and celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Tangerine Bowl team. If you can't be here, DavidsonWildcats.com and on Twitter at DavidsonFB. For Scott Abell, I'm Jake Brewer. This has been the Davidson Football Coaches Corner, powered by Wade Associates.